Hey there, folks, and welcome back to Magic Duels Auto Complete, the series where you pick the card, we put it into a deck, and hit Auto Complete. And for this week, we chose... Not you! Go away, Spell Queller! Don't flash in like that! Temmet, Vizier of Naktamun, is our card for this week. For 2 mana, it's a bear, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature token you control gets +1/+1 till end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. And also has Embalm, where you could exile them from your graveyard and create a token copy of them. That also becomes a zombie, which may be relevant depending on what this auto completes into. So, you want to vote on next week's card. Poll is linked down in the description. If you want to nominate a card for next week's poll, feel free to suggest one. Go right ahead. Weird things. I'm going to put Royal Spout on there anyway because Royal Spout and AI, yeah, it's going to be on that list. Anyway, with that, also, if you're new around here, feel free to subscribe. We do this once every week, regardless. I'll probably do it after Arena, just as a cool joke. Why not? Hey, let's have some fun with it, sort of thing. And with that, let's hit autocomplete, and I'll see you in the games, and we'll be pleasantly surprised with whatever comes up. And I do not mean the pleasantly part. All right, we're against Cool Beer Spain. We're on the play. All right. Oversized deck at 70. Interesting. We have a Kition, we have a Blinding Drone, and we have a Sheer Drop. I mean, those two kind of work together. We'll keep that in mind. Meandering Rivers are whatever, but their start, I suppose I could have gone Kition. It's alright. It's alright. Wilds. Yeah, that's Evolving Wilds. Boundary of the Consuls. Well, now with all these untapped lands, I'm almost kind of regretting it. Let's just throw down Kition anyway. We'll play Blinding Drone as we need to. Waste. Okay. And black. Cradle of the Accursed. Thanks, game. Well, I can't think of anything other than removal coming our way, so let's send. Alright, Blinding Drone. Eventually get our Kition going. We can Cradle of the Accursed for an additional creature if we need to. We'll see what happens, honestly. Our opponent isn't playing anything, so I don't really want to play out more at this time. Although Copter is a good argument, if I do say so. So we'll send these. And we'll have down Cradle anyway. I suppose the Meandering River at some point is an argument. We'll get it down eventually. There's the Languish I was expecting. Meandering River may not make it down, with that said. We get another Blinding Drone. Nice. Okay, so I was going to hit Cradle of the Accursed, but it's a creature kind of on standby. I think Blinding Drone is still acceptable. And we'll crew Copter and decide how our lands are going to go. So in you go. We've seen some really strange cards out of this, that's for sure. Limvala? I mean, Limvala's good enough, right? I don't know when they're going to drop the other foot over there. I'm going to drop the Meandering River, though. And drop that. And Sheer Drop is whenever we have the Blinding Drone. We can kind of run that combo if we need to. Tamio's Journal. This is a very unusual looking deck, that's for sure. And another sheer drop. I don't like sheer drop. We can get in for an extra point, leaving us a little bit open if we do so. Let's start here. Because I'll switch out the sheer drop for an actual land, I think. Just any land will do at this point. We get Temmet. I mean, we can throw out Temmet. It's fine. So we'll toss sheer drop, and then we'll put out Temmet. And have that as your extension. Because I don't feel bad about extending into Temmet. Unless I don't have the mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Okay, we're good. Everything is fine. Pyramid of the Pantheon. Still not quite sure what this opponent is up to here. Herald of Anguish. Okay, this leaves a very tough decision here. Okay, so Linvala can deal with that. Also, Sheer Drop can deal with that. Sheer Drop can deal with it much easier, so we're going to pitch Linvala. Because all we have to do is actually just simply get through. That's really all there is to it. So we'll tap him. And then we'll Sheer Drop him. And we'll continue in. Might see a fatal push with this. Don't know. We got the attack in though. And Peace Walker Colossus. I mean, we have the mana and it's a lot easier to play with, isn't it? I think it's a lot easier to play with. It can work with the vehicles just fine. It's a very big crew. And we can crew copter either way. It's going to go for some mana to do stuff. It's going to be Languish again. Okay. Peace Walker's a little easier to work with. Selfless Spirit's alright, but minus effects and all that. So we'll go with the Colossus now, since that will shut down some of his removal. And or we could just put out the Selfless Spirit. You can't have minus effects. No, let's save the Selfless Spirit for next turn in case we need to crew the Peace Walker with a combination of things. Unless something better comes into our hand right now. Nope, absolutely not. So we got him down to 3. And no removal for the copter. Looks like they are in a bad way here. Of course, they do have 3 clues. They can go grab whatever they need at this point in time. They have 8 mana. And they can filter, but they don't have the bonus. They might be trying to have Ulamog as their top end. They're going to go get something. They're not going to get something. They're going to get something. We'll find out if it's a combat trick or what here. Also, I'd like to point out that we can't actually crew Peace Walker. Yeah, that could be problematic. Stuff. Necromantic Summons would pull back Herald of Anguish. Is that enough if we can crew something? Alright, well, Selfless Spirit's gone. Throbbing Gargoyle. Might not be enough. I'm going to go with this plan. I'm going to go Throbbing Gargoyle. And I'm going to go Cradle of the Accursed. Now, we can crew this, but it's not big enough. But we can hang in there. That thing's a good wall, we just need to untap and we're good. Oath of Liliana. Okay, well, Gargoyle's gone. Oath of Liliana! That's gone! And we get rid of that. We're keeping the Colossus because Copter and all that. He can give an artifact or a creature -2/-2. That is relevant. So I wanted to go with the token creature plan to get Temmet out, to get the zombie rolling in if possible, but we're never going to get there at this rate. So, he has a constant fuel source by sacking clues to the Herald. So that's relevant. But he can only drop it once at this time. That said, do we fuel Temmet or do we just save it for when we get one of these tokens out? Got lots of mana. He can attack, because he's dead if he tries. Now we can't let him search with Tamiyo, so we have to keep him off that plan as well. So if Temmet has to come out, it has to come out. Glacial Fortress, that does what for us? 4, 5, we can do Foundry. And then Foundry, yeah, that might be able to do it. It's not this turn, is it? No, it's not this turn. It's next turn. Going to get some cards. Going to find a plan. He could do Ulamog. He can absolutely Ulamog here. We'll just have to watch out for what he does here. Ulamog. What does Ulamog target? Targets those. Is he confident enough to attack now? Damn it! Still has mana to remove one of these, by the way. Which is problematic. So we'll go like this. Make this one unblockable. He's got to sack something. Or Fatal Push. Fatal Push works too. We're so close! We are so freaking close! Just cannot do it! Cannot get there! Tax with Ulamog, yep. Insight into the deck. Yeah, whatever. So Temmet's a block here. Of course, if Temmet wasn't a block, that would also probably have been smart, right? Yeah, Temmet not blocking would have been smart. Because then I have two attackers, possibly, but not really. So we'll go this route, I guess. We lost! And it'll take him a couple turns to... Yeah, it's done. Let's move on to the next one. And we're against ZOW. Also, I noticed that there's an extreme lack of... Oh, yeah, funny. Tapland. Ah. That's terrible. There's an extreme lack of embalm in the deck, I've noticed. That's problematic. Winding Constrictor. Okay, well, I mean, we're screwed. Especially if they get exactly what they need. Copter. Let's aim for more favorable draws than them. See where that goes. I don't know, we're going to get more favorable draws. Splendid Agony. Yeah, okay. Roll it. Nest of Scarabs. Well, I mean, we know your game plan. So if he's going to roll Splendid Agony, Kithion is no good. Throbbing Gargoyle's not that great. Kitty Cats are okay. But Blinding Drone is absolutely fine. We need to get rid of some of these tap lands. Anything untapped will do right now. So let's swing in for that then. And we get an untapped land, so Meandering River can go to hell. There we go. And let's have him spend Splendid Agony on Throbbing Gargoyle. That should do it. Unless he wants to spend it on the Copter. We'll give him lots of reasons to use it. He's going to use it on the Copter for sure. That's how he wants to play it. That's fine. That's good. That's pretty good. So we'll go this route. Tap that. Let's get rid of your snakes so everything is under control. Do I not have the land for it? Oh, tap land. Whatever! I screwed up. I was thinking untap land, something. Splendid Agony. Yeah, you make your crap. Yeah. We'll still get in. And we'll still loot. And that could be relevant. I don't feel it is. I just don't. Not at this time. It's a choice of one direction or the other. We're going to throw down Kithion here. If he's got Languish, he's not going to use it now. He won't use it till his creatures are long gone, so we'll go that route. We have some potential attackers with Kithion. Decimator Beetle. Put some counters on his snake. Okay. And attacks with some beetles. And we'll just skip blocking right now. I don't follow why you did that, but why is Snake good in this? Remove a counter and put a counter, but Snake doesn't work on my creatures. Where's he going with this? Planes. Now I can tap it down properly. And I probably should get rid of Decimator Beetle as much as it's going to be problematic. And yeah. Let's just no longer have that here. We have the mantle for Regal Caracal, so we're going to... What the heck was that? You got nothing, buddy. Nothing. Send in the one. And we'll take a look. We get another Smuggler's Copter. With this wide of a board, I'm going to take it. Caracal should deal with his things a little easier. A little. Nest of Scarabs again. Wow. Mortuary Mire is going to get that thing back, which is going to make a whole bunch of stuff. He feels that those things are pretty freaking expendable. Oh, he's got the snake in here to double the counters so that he gets double the crap hitting. I get it. I get it. Limvala is okay in a turn or so. So we can swing with Kithion and a couple creatures. And then that gives us the options on his flip side to make the snake attack. And then with the snake attacking, those Grasping Dunes can kill it on a whim. So Kithion is use it or lose it scenario right now. Okay. He's just got a token to block with it. Don't know if he wants to take advantage of that invincible or not. It's up to him. With that, we'll also check. We've got a Temmet, which we'll toss. We'll toss Temmet. He's going to make us use the indestructible, and we'll go with that. So what's his loyalty anyway? 3? And he's got 2 creatures at this time. He's planning on... You know what? That doesn't work without the snake without a blocker for the snake. If he didn't do the invincible, it would have done great. So is anything useful to untap here? Not really. He's running -1/-1 counters. So let's roll this way, and then we'll put down the Smuggler's Copter. We'll go that route. So the snake has to attack. And Decimator Beetle comes out again. And it's got to put counters on something. Itself in this case, which makes it a little less threatening, but he does get some more things. So yeah, they're going to attack Gideon, which is good for us. And we get a waste. Okay, so we can Caracol and just sit on defensive. And force the snake to attack. He's going to get a lot of guys out of this. But I think we're in an advantageous scenario here. Not advantageous that much, but we're going to make the snake attack. And we're going to tap down the Decimator Beetle on his turn with the Blinding Drone. We'll kill the snake at least, and he's willing to go after Gideon. So there's that. So he can distribute some -1 counters. He's probably thinking the lands in conjunction. Soul Stinger is something. That's going to make some more dudes. What? Oh, that. I thought it was going to swing to combat there for a second. So he gets some guys, yes. So Soul Stinger is one of those things that we don't want dying. Because it's just going to throw a bomb of crap. Grasping Dunes is going to be activated on the Caracol. The Caracol is not your threat here. But it does make some more dudes. A lot more dudes. Combat, and yeah. This doesn't do anything. Snake's attacking. That's a lot of dudes. He's fired his -1 counters. He's realizing that that's a dumb idea and that the snake's just gotta die. Alright, so let's gain a couple life. And we get an Evolving Wilds. I'm thinking... Let's see. I like locking down this guy because he's a really bad engine for us. So with that, we can put out Temmet. We can force one of his tokens to attack if he likes. Or we could do Foundry of the Consuls. No, we can't. Not with the mana. Temmet is the way to go. And it's not tapping Foundry of the Consuls, so we have the colorless for Blinding Drone. We're full defensive mode. We can give a creature indestructible, but it really doesn't matter that much in this regards. So we'll make... you attack. We're just gonna outlast the storm. Yeah, sure, whatever. That said, 7 plus 6 plus 2. No, he's got 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're indestructible. You're the, can't be blocked? Alright. We'll just let Gideon go right now. If he wants to go all out for Gideon, we'll just slowly beat him down here. Because keep in mind, we've got 4 in the air with copters, because -1 counters on one of them. We've got 3 on the ground, so we can put a serious clock on him. So if he targets Gideon, we're okay. That one's got to attack, which we just want to annoy the crap out of. Ah, I didn't hit the... I didn't use Binding Drone. You're gonna do this one at a time! So trolly! Right. Where's that counter go, anyway? Suppose it's where the counter goes, right? I screwed that up. Okay, well, it's fine. We can't save Gideon, but we can do favorable blocks. We'll just do a favorable block. We have Linvala in hand for when he goes for face. Another Decimator Beetle. Are you freaking serious right now? Gee, I would have figured Soul Stinger would have been a good target for that. So it's got a lot of targets on the ground we can't deal much with. Seriously? Hello? Oh, he... Come on. Alright, so, we're going to do this the easiest way possible. We're going to send this in. He's got no flyers? No flyers. So that's 1. 2. Or that's 6 damage. And 7. His stupid land is tapped down. Give the cat unblockable. Clogged boards and trying to figure out exactly how to get lethal on them. It's like, okay, what do I got here? No. No. All right, we got it. Nice. All right, well, took enough, but we got there. Let's take a look and see what the put counters on creatures you control. I didn't do it. Let's take a look at this deck. Clearly no embalm. What a strange strategy it's come up with. Let's see if we can try and figure out what it was. So Gideon did work this game. As Gideon definitely did some work to really screw up his strategy, make him attack more than he should have. The +2 was significant enough to get some pointage on him so that he had to do a larger assault. Throbbing Gargoyle, only 2 copies this time. AI's being conservative. Spontaneous Mutation, probably would never have used it, honestly. It's cool, it's okay, but it's only... Okay, here's the thing with Spontaneous Mutation. It's only a good to a certain point in the game. So, first few turns when an aggro deck comes at you, you've got nothing in the graveyard. This is useless. And then the late turns, yeah, it's great in the late game, but it's only great in the late game, and if you're at the late game, there's probably some better plays you can make than this. We got a hand where Militia Captain, understandable based on how we saw things play. 2 Knight of the White Orchid, it was hard-pressed to get us double white without going, pardon me, through hoops. But it definitely did feel like we were running lower lands. 2 Selfless Spirit, we were running against minus the whole time, so that didn't help us, but it is understandable. 1 Jace for reasons. 2 Wharf Infiltrator, I suppose that could have gotten out of control in a situation where we could have taken advantage of it, but not so much. Blinding Drone, yep, it got a little bit of use. I kind of had to get used to certain mana costs and so on like that, and playing around it. Temmet got the win at the end there, so definitely helpful. Did the work, did what it was intended to do, but it was very, very clunky to get there. Heart of Huron, sure, evasion, Copter, evasion. Trinketeer, No, probably the slowest generation possible of tokens. Solemn Recruit would have done okay, would have been fine. Peace Walker Colossus, just 2 mana intensive with all the other mana we're using at the same time, so not really. Sheer Drop, and it worked with the Blinding Drones. I'll give it that. It worked with the Blinding Drones. But it's... don't want to use that card. Gisela, because we included white, so the deck automatically includes Gisela, and Regal Caracal, same reason. Glyph Keeper would have been some nice evasion as well. Turns out that it's the only other embalmed creature in the deck. Go big or go home, it said, and it went big. And then Limvala, which would have been just useful enough. We had a plan to use her next, or the next turn in that game. Had they had something like Fatal Push or whatever to remove something, then we could have Limvala to gain life back, gain some tokens, and start another wave of attacks. Or something like that, depending on how things go. If they got super lucky, then we had a Limvala plan. And then we've got 3 plains, 1 island, 1 waste, 2 Prairie Stream, 2 Glacial Fortress, 3 Foundry of the Consoles, 4 Evolving Wilds, 4 Cradle of the Curse, and 4 Meandering River. So when's this thing coming in untapped? And this thing coming in untapped. Seriously, with all these non-basics. How many? Wow, just wow. Okay, 7... 8 cards that could produce colorless mana for just the 1 activation, if I recall correctly. This. Okay, so we had 1 activation of colorless mana, and we have 8 sources of colorless mana. Alright. Well, again, guys, if you want to vote for next week's deck, it's down in the description. Take a look for the poll. Your vote matters, trust me. And hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.